he was going to sit down on a podcast one time, and he talked about it. He said, I don't want to do an exhibition against Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
He said, I'm only doing real fights. And of course, I can't get up high in weight, but I'll fight him in a real fight at the weight that I'm at.
I never want to see it again, ever in life. Father Time is undefeated, y'all. The brother's 58 years old, and he looked it. Mike Tyson was gassed 1 minute into the fight.
But Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly extended a fresh fight offer to Jake Paul following Paul's highly publicized bout with Mike Tyson. Floyd Mayweather recently remarked on Jake Paul's boxing trajectory, stating that Paul will continue to shine as long as he faces YouTubers or MMA fighters, but cautioned that stepping into the ring with a seasoned professional boxer would end poorly. This critique comes as Paul's career features bouts with non-traditional opponents, raising questions about his readiness for elite competition. Mayweather's comment underscores a belief that Paul's success relies on the novelty of his matchups rather than skill against experienced fighters.
He's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's entertaining. I like it.
Is he? And Floyd, there were many people who believe you're the most talented fighter ever. Period. So whatever you say to this question, I think is important. Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponents, or is he actually talented?
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
This statement has fueled ongoing discussions about whether Paul is ready to face a true boxing challenge. Jake Paul's call-out of Mike Tyson for a boxing match has sparked significant attention, especially following Floyd Mayweather's earlier remark. The clash, an unconventional matchup, saw Paul edge out the legendary Tyson in an exhibition fight, raising eyebrows in the boxing community.
I'm happy for Mike Tyson from the standpoint that he went to 8 rounds. He didn't get knocked out. I'm happy for Mike Tyson because he got $20 million reportedly to Jake Paul's $40 million. I'm happy for Mike Tyson because he left with all his faculties in order. He got to fight in front of his children who may have never seen him fight before. And that crowd and that ovation and the love and adulation that was thrown in his direction when he was introduced was obviously special for him, and it was special for the people who love him, including all the fight fans the world over, because anybody that loved boxing absolutely positively loved watching Mike Tyson fight.
Lennox Lewis, a former heavyweight champion and Tyson's rival in the 1990s, reflected on the surprising result. Lewis expressed pride in Tyson for stepping into the ring at an advanced age, emphasizing that his legacy remains untouched by this outcome. He pointed out that Tyson's impact on the sport far outweighs the significance of an exhibition result.
Went toe-to-toe 8 rounds with the greatest boxer of all time. What do you think happens if you fight Floyd Mayweather?
I would knock him out.
Bro.
100%.
Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous.
You think because you lost a fight to Floyd Mayweather that you're better than me at boxing?
You said I won the fight.
In person, when I was watching it, I thought so. But then, yeah, watching it back, it's like, okay, I've had like a biased point of view, like sitting there in person.
This is the first time I've heard you say that.
Tyson, known for his dominance during the 1980s and 1990s, faced criticism for entering the fight against a much younger, less experienced opponent. In Paul, however, his willingness to compete at this stage in his life highlighted his enduring passion for the sport. As discussions continue about Jake Paul's credibility as a professional boxer, Mayweather's assertion about Paul's ability to face true boxers resonates, especially in light of this.
I just felt so mentally like focused and locked in. There was like no nerves, no adrenaline, even though my body wasn't as good in shape because of my ankle sprain. I just mentally, everything's slowing down in the ring. I'm not getting as nervous and stuff like that. So that was
Did you
really
notice there's 75,000 people watching? Did that get you at all? How many people
Did
were
I
in the arena
notice it?
tonight?
No, honestly, it's harder fighting in an arena because it's louder. In the stadium, it's not that loud, so I liked it better.
Are you gonna stay? Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank
Jake.
you.
Surprising and controversial fight when Logan Paul asked Jake Paul about the possibility of fighting Floyd Mayweather. Jake confidently declared that he would knock Mayweather out. This statement, while typical of Jake's self-assured personality, immediately drew attention for its audacity. Mayweather, an undefeated legend known for his impeccable defensive skills and strategic, quote, brilliance, stands as one of boxing's all-time greats. Logan recognizes the absurdity of Jake's.
The commentary said it was a tick he's done in many of his past fights, but I don't know if he's ever done it as much as he did tonight. The commentary even said, why isn't Jake teeing off on him right now? Because a lot of people don't want it to happen. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to see a 58-year-old man get hurt, but this is a fight. They should have at least told us it was going to be a glorified sparring session. I want a refund.
Claim laughed and dismissed it as ridiculous. This interaction between the brothers not only showcased Jake's penchant for bold declarations, but also highlighted their contrasting personalities. Logan, who himself had faced Mayweather in an exhibition bout in 2021, brought a more grounded perspective to the table, having experienced firsthand Mayweather's technical prowess. Logan's laughter reflected his understanding of the challenge Jake would face. However, Jake's claim was not.
You know, Jake Paul, the boxer, is much better than people want to give him credit for. But I don't know that this does anything for that, because he fought a 58-year-old man. He fought a 58-year-old man to a decision. That 58-year-old man comes out on the other side looking pretty good, if you ask me. He looked like you would expect a 58-year-old man to look in a professional boxing match, to their credit.
Entirely without merit in the sense that it mirrors his strategy of keeping his name in the headlines. By targeting big names in boxing, Jake continues to draw attention, blending the lines between entertainment and athletic. After Jake Paul's fight with Mike Tyson, controversy arose regarding Tyson's unexpected loss. Addressing this in a post-fight interview, Jake dismissed the defeat's significance, stating, "No one cares about Mike Tyson losing this fight." This comment sparked mixed reactions as many fans felt it was dismissive of Tyson's legendary career. However, Jake clarified his stance, explaining that the fight's entertainment value and the financial rewards Tyson received were far more important than the outcome.
Yes, last night was the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight. Let's just be honest, right? Who really thought this was actually going to be any good? I mean, the best punch landed was in the face-off. It wasn't even during the fight. And now everybody this morning's yelling about how dare they even put this on television. And I hear you, but like, let's be honest. It's not the worst thing that AT&T Stadium has put on television this year. This was always just a gimmick fight. I mean, the only good thing that actually came out of this fight is the women's fight before it. That was a fantastic fight. I mean, somebody got screwed in that one, but whatever. But now Jake Paul's out here chirping that he wants...
Jake's statement reflected his understanding of modern exhibition boxing, where the spectacle often outweighs the results. He framed the event as a celebration of Tyson's legacy, rather than a contest with serious implications for his career. Some fans agreed with Jake, arguing that Tyson stepping into the ring at his age was a feat in itself, while others saw the comment as disrespectful. Jake's perspective also shed light on the evol-in nature of boxing in the social media era, where personalities and entertainment drive viewership more than traditional athletic narratives. Jake Paul's approach during his fight with Mike Tyson became a significant topic of discussion among fans and commentators throughout the match. Jake appeared hesitant to press the attack, even when clear opportunities to dominate presented themselves. Observers noted moments where Jake seemed capable of gaining the upper hand, but chose to hold back rather than capitalize on Tyson's vulnerabilities.
This historic event, it was the largest event in the history of boxing. I think we can all agree, especially the purist boxing fans, that Mike Tyson is the reason that this event is as big as it is. 21 years old, he made history in boxing. 58 years old, he's made history in boxing. And throughout his entire life, he's been the focal point and the living legend here of boxing. I mean, that doesn't take away anything from what Jake Paul has brought, but you need a dance partner, and there isn't one as big as Mike Tyson. We're very proud of, I think I can, on behalf of head coach Billy White, Coach Raphael, that we're very proud of Mike's his determination throughout camp. I mean, we all remember Mike Tyson, especially if you guys are our age. And of course, we've been with Billy for 45 years. You remember him as the killer, the menace, and you get to see the pads and you see, just how amazing he is. And we're very proud of him.
This behavior stood out especially since Tyson, while a legendary figure, is significantly older and less active compared to the younger Paul. Many interpreted Jake's cautious strategy as a deliberate choice to avoid overwhelming Tyson. Critics pointed out that Paul's restraint might have been influenced by the age difference and the respect Tyson commands within the boxing world, a decisive knockout.
He goes the distance, they'll say, oh, he sucks, or oh, he carried him, and more on that in a moment. The only result that I think people truly would have been happy with is a Mike Tyson knockout of Jake Paul. I think that's the only one that would have sufficed, and that wasn't happening. There was never really any doubt. He landed a couple punches early on, but there was never really a question as to whether or not that would happen. I think Jake carried him. I think Jake didn't want to knock him out. I'm not sure if he could have, but he definitely took his foot off the gas last couple rounds for sure. And ultimately, I'm okay with that. I predicted a Jake Paul decision.
By Jake might have alienated fans of Tyson and diminished the goodwill surrounding the event by pulling his punches and adopting a measured pace. Jake was able to preserve the perception of Tyson's legendary stature while still showcasing his own abilities. This calculated approach reflected Jake Paul's understanding of his role as a celebrity boxer rather than a traditional competitor.